Hi guys, I'm off out in a second. I'm going to see a psychiatrist talking about transcendental meditation. Is that how you say it? Something like that. So before I go, I thought I would just quickly show you, because it's time for Kefir Sutherland, as we commonly call our little new friend. These, as some of you have heard me talk about, is kefir, K-E-F-I-R, kefir grains. Now, very much like cauliflower, as you can see. They sent, when I ordered it, they sent me a teaspoon, and this is the day 3. And so as you can see, it grows. And basically in here, what I have now is my infused milk, which has had the grains inside of it, which I'll show you how to do. So all I'm going to do to make some for tomorrow's batch, because we'll drink this tonight. So I'm going to put my kefirs, or my Sutherlands, as we affectionately call them in the house, back in my jar. Now when you're making kefir, you have to make sure that you don't use any sort of metal containers or any metal spatulas or spoons or anything like that. So I've put my kefirs back in my jar, and then for every sort of teaspoonful we use about 250 millilitres of milk. Now when you start off, you have to use kind of like a dairy base, but then after that, after about 3 days, you can then start growing it with any milk you like. So I'm using coconut milk. So I've got in here, because we're sort of borderline 2 teaspoons in there now, so I've put in around 400 millilitres of milk, like so. Again, I'm using plastic and wooden spoons and things like that. There you go, that's the milk. Give it a quick little stir, although I don't think you really need to. And then I'm going to put that to sleep. Night night kefir, Mr. Sutherland. Going to cover that off over with a cloth, like so. Don't put the lid completely on. Just going to rest it like that. Wrap it up, because it has to be kept at room temperature. And it stays like that for about 24 hours. I'm just going to pop that to one side. And this one, here's what I made earlier. It looks exactly the same, really, doesn't it? But this one is one that I put in with the grains very much like this yesterday. So then I'm going to put that in a glass bottle and pop that in the fridge. And then tomorrow, it's basically, kefir is a natural probiotic, so it's really good for the digestion. And we need a certain amount of good bacteria and bad bacteria in our digestive system. But what can happen is sometimes the bad bacteria will grow much more. We get bloated and we get IBS type symptoms and stuff like that. So kefir is basically a natural probiotic, and it can save you an absolute fortune in probiotics and things like that. So tomorrow, because it has a slightly sour taste, it's a bit like buttermilk, we'll make, what did I make this morning? Chocolate milk I made this morning. So it can't be heated, because obviously if you heat it up, it's going to kill the bacteria, and you want all those natural live bacterias. So I put in a bit of coconut oil, a bit of raw cacao, bit of organic cocoa powder. You could put in a banana, you could put in spinach, you can make pretty much whatever you like, really. But that's just our personal preference. You can make mixed fruit berries with it, something like that. We'll all have some of that for breakfast, and that will repopulate all of the good bacteria. So really, really, really simple thing to do. Thanks guys, I'm off out now. I'll see you soon. Bye.